Hey everybody, this is Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, here at the beautiful Grand Vista Marriott in Orlando, Florida, where I own and operate my teaching business under the Shade Tree. And people, I've got something good for you today. Hope everybody's doing well, but this is a good one. Let me grab my glove. Sorry about that, but I've been waiting on an opportunity to be able to do a video like this. And I saw something about Padraig Harrington, you know, major champion, good golfer, no question about that. But Padraig Harrington said something in a video about uh, the swing, and whether it's the drivers, the swing, or something of that nature. And he spoke about it in these terms. And Barry Bonds was something that he used in relationship to this. Well, what Padraig Harrington said was this, and you all know he's got a lot of videos out there on YouTube and, get a lot of attention. But, and like I said, he's been a champion, all that. He's got a better, playing career, way better than mine, no question. But that has nothing to do with understanding how motions work, and in essence, how to hit a golf ball. And you all know I can hit a golf ball, and I definitely can hit my driver. Well, one of the things that Padraig spoke of was this, and people, it's not whether I disagree with it or not. It's not on my opinion. I'm just going by what the body tells us we can do. Well, Padraig said that when the arms come down, that the arms are not rotating. They are not rotating. And then what happens is that it's the body that's rotating. Is that happening? Can you force something like that? Did you hear that key word? Can you force something like that? You can force something like that, but it will never be consistent. And let me tell you why it will not be consistent. One of the reasons is because when you bring the club down, in a sense, because the way we take it back and the way we bring it down, the arms are always rotating. And regardless if it's some massive rotation, they are rotating. The shoulder socket is rotating simply because that's how the arms are, because we are coming from a condition where the club face is pretty much, we're opening it, we're closing it, however you want to see it. So there is rotation. And plus you have to have a form of rotation to release. But even more so important is this. And this is where I don't think Padraig really sees this part of understanding of what the rotations are. And what I mean is this, is most people, when they come down or they bring the swing down and they think about the body rotation, they only think about the body as rotating in a horizontal manner. But here, people, here's what gets that. Is that you can rotate the body just like a clock on a vertical plane or an inclined plane that's more conducive to a vertical action. You just turn it into an inclined plane. So even if I sit here and I hold my arms and I'm not calling myself not rotating my arms, I'm still rotating them in a vertical-ish type circle, just happen to be on more of an inclined plane. And even more so, especially with my top down, I make the argument that the rotation of the body in a horizontal manner is really a reaction and is not the original action or what really triggers the action in itself. This is why. Because even when we're standing here like this, and when we go to walk or anything, and I always said that the golf swing in itself is nothing more than the body thinking it's about to walk or run, because, other than if we tell it that it's a golf swing, then that's when it reacts to, quote unquote, what we program the movements to be in the golf swing. But the initial movement is that when we walking, the pelvis actually goes up and down from side to side. It is very, very evident in women more so than it is in men. And that's why women switch back and forth or their hips rock up and down. Well, the same action occurs to us as males as well. So when we're actually bringing the club down, you can actually take our pelvis, and although we may only be doing maybe a half circle of it, that our body is actually, or our pelvis is actually rocking on an incline plane as its first natural movement. So when I do my scap drop and the body rocks in essence, then they all are rotating. And anytime you try to stop the rotation in any way, shape, or form of what the body is doing, then you're going to lead yourself to all kinds of different compensations. And that's why it's very, very important when you're teaching golf. And, you know, no disrespect to a lot of the guys who play. And I know Padraig was saying something, I think, in the last tournament that he played. He won because, you know, he's a good player, that he was struggling a bit with his driver. Well, if this is what he believes, that the arms are not rotating and then you're getting the rotation from here, then that could be a big part of this problem. Because the simple fact is this: when that scap goes up and these arms come down, they are rotating. You can't, you may not be able to see it on the outside, but internally, underneath the skin, there is rotation happening. We don't move our arms without them rotating. Matter of fact, we can't stop the rotation because the way that the shoulder socket goes into the housing of the shoulder girdle, then there's always some form of rotation one way or another. And the thing is, for us, because we know that the shoulders are moving on this rotation that may be going around our head. This is a rotation, people. It's just not horizontal. This is a rotation. That once we get that rotation, then all we do is just get the initial action of what our lower body wants to do, which is when our legs move, they actually want to rock from side to side. And the only thing that can get the golf swing off plane is when it's coming down, if we take and turn our hips out for one way or another. Some people say clearing the hips throws the hips out. You know how I'm against that. I just say basically allow your body, especially the pelvis girdle, to match what was happening as the club comes down and the arms do rotate. Whether you rotate them in a sense to keep the club face open, or you rotate them in a sense to keep the to close the club face, but they are rotating. Your job is only this, to get the lower body to match, and that's my biggest argument with top down, is get the lower body to match the initial movement of what the scapula and everything is doing, because when they match, you match, and then all of a sudden rotation, whether it's horizontal or not, initially as this come around, will take care of itself. That's where, as I said before, let me hit one of these. That's straight as a string. But that's where, you know, the difference between those people who feel something, or they've been conditioned away because they're trying to build all this speed and all this. And yeah, you can get some speed, some power and all that stuff. But people, we're trying to build consistency. And the majority of the people out there is trying to just learn how to hit the golf ball properly, and more importantly, a little bit consistent. So, like I said, Padraig, a great player, but anatomically speaking, he's only speaking from a limited understanding of what rotations are. And as I said before, you can rotate in a circle and put it on an incline. And you also can move the body cavity as if it's rocking on a half circle. Y'all have heard me talk about dip, baby, dip, and allow it to match up to what it is that we're trying to do. Like Mo Norman said, the only thing that really takes you off plane is when you start horizontally rotating those hips. You don't have to worry about horizontal rotation. It will take care of itself. The momentum of the club will bring it around. Your only job is to get the vertical or vertical-ish rotation on that inclined plane, and then take it up, scap drop, and go. And that's how you do it under the shade tree. Hey, if you like this video, definitely give it a thumbs up. don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Take a moment to take a look at my membership. Join my membership channel. Like I told you, people, I don't do nothing special. You know, I don't give no frills and thrills. I don't know nothing about all this stuff that they do. Tag this, do that. I don't know all that stuff. You know, I'm an old school teacher that I put a membership up. I give you a set price, whether you know, got a lot of money or no money. My price is my price. It is what it is. All I know is I'm just going to keep delivering that great information. And people get ready because I got a book coming out. And it's with my editor right now. I love to have a publisher, but if I don't get it, I'll self-publish it and just get it out. But it's going to be out, and I'm hoping to have it out here just before the fall comes. The name of the book is The Shade Tree Pros, Top Down, Stack, and Shift. And that's, whew, that right there is going to be a game changer. Charles Calhoun, aka the Shade Tree Pro, always good golfing.